training. And I'm really happy that so many people were able to join. And I know we have some people from Canada, and I know there were supposed to be a few people from Japan. I don't know if they are able to connect at this hour. So I'm just really happy, and I would like to share, my knowledge with you. So before you contract anybody, or if you are in the middle of doing a project, that maybe what I have to share will be helpful, and it will give you a little bit more of an understanding how to do it, that it actually works. Because I don't think every web designer offers that sort of knowledge. So I would like to start with like a basic website overview. And please let me know if you are able to pull out the document that I listed on the server for everyone, because probably it would be nice to kind of go through it. I have to find this document as well. Do you see where the documents are? Oh, maybe I need to go to WebEx. Files. It's under Files, right? And I have meeting attachments. The basic steps for better SEO. So first of all, I would like to share that the basic idea when I create a website for a client is I need to find a purpose. I need to know what this website is for. And then most of the time when I do this, I want to do a website that is a tool that then you can take and work it any way possible you want. It depends what your project is, what you want to do, whether you want to sell stuff or whether you want to promote yourself or whether it's just a portfolio. You need to know exactly what is this, what's the cause for it, and how are you going to work it. So then all the elements that are going to be implemented into the website, they're going to make much more sense. So for example, I'm going to switch to my website because I try to create it in a way where I have all the elements set up, and maybe this will be the easiest way to explain it to me. So I'm in web development business. I targeted 3 big cities, and I put them right here: Los Angeles, Santa Fe, and New York. Why? Because these are the elements that search engines gonna scroll through, and it's a broad subject for me, web design, web development. So I figured maybe if I narrow it to 3 main cities where I have some sort of a, can get a greater exposure, it will be easier for me to get to come up with the search engines. So that's why I have created, I put on my 3 main cities that I want to do business. Then, of course, I have the social media buttons. But then is the paragraph of text. And when I did this website, I didn't know as much as I know right now. So I put a small paragraph of text. And then I realized it wasn't enough. I need to have more rich content on the page. Okay? So I put a paragraph with keywords and a main headline here. And then I decided I need to add more because I wanted to add more keywords in my text right here on the bottom. And I also wanted to add more cities. And since I'm doing an international business, I also felt like, countries. So if you search for me in different countries, I will actually come up because I have these countries listed here. So that was like a, one thing. Secondly are the so-called H1, which these are my H1. Everything in capital letters on every page is an H1. An H1 is a heading that each page should have packed with keywords. So let's say under my portfolio, I have different sections here. If I do projects with Joomla, then I made sure that I have Joomla website production work examples. Again, it's a main title for a page packed with keywords, okay? And every page will have different keywords. And this is called H1, and it's very important that it's programmed that way, that it's programmed having the H1 heading programmed correctly in your HTML. Okay? So then going back to the home page, unfortunately I don't have it here. I can't say I have the right elements, but I can't say that my website is perfect. I'm going to switch to a client that I just did not so long ago. And I think if I can only move this down. So, her name is Tanya, and I did this website. It says Solo Performance Coach. So the idea here was, again, Solo Performance Coach is the main search that people would be looking for her. So I wanted to make sure that the H1 here has all the right keywords. The Solo Performance Coach, director, producer. So if anybody is searching for her, they will find these keywords. These keywords will be scrolled through the search engine. Then we have navigation. Look at the navigation. It is also so important that all the right keywords are in the navigation. So these are like little things that you would know, and I don't know if every web designer would really pay that much attention to it, but that's kind of how I do it, and what I find it's really important. Next very important element is the newsletter, and I place it on every website I create. Every website will have this where people can sign up, leave their email addresses. And the reason for it is you want to create your database, and we'll get into it a little bit later. But people won't just put an email address just because. Because, first of all, they're not really that eager to give out their email addresses. And also, people don't think, they come to see your services, so they're not exactly going to think that what would be useful for your marketing later on, right? So that's why it's so important to have a call to action on your website, on your home page. You have to have a call to action. And what it is you set up a space on a website where you tell them what to do. You need to tell your customers know what you expect from them. And like here, you're asking them to sign up, and in exchange, you want to give them something. It's very important that you offer something in exchange. And it's also very important, and I found very, very useful, when you put the word free. People love to search for or get anything that's free. If you put down here that you're giving 10 free tips, then in your page titles and keywords, you can put exactly the same, because you are giving something for free. And then in your keywords, you can say that you're offering something for free. And the majority of people that are looking for something, they're always looking for something that's free. So this is going to help. Okay? Next thing is that's very important are the social media, the share buttons. See, because every time you write an article, every time you have something, and you will give people an option to share, and they like it, they will, and this way, you're going to get your stuff out there much more. So what I did, what is really helping me, when I go here, see, I put these really big and obnoxious social media buttons. But they really work, because I get so many, different shares. I don't know, I mean, I get a report, and I can see, whether Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn is working good. But what I also did that is helping me, again, we would love if you can share with us. I don't know how to say this, but it's super important when people are told what to do. Just give them a little hint. And that right away makes a big difference. Let me just disable my Skype here. I wasn't really going to do this from this computer, so that's why it's not quite ready. So let me just make sure it's not available. Okay, so again, you know, a little hint. We would love if you can share it. You know, all these little hints everywhere, they really, really help. Next thing here with my text, I want to point out, you know, I have all these keywords. And it's apparently it's really good to bold or make them italic. That's another practice that lots of people are doing, and it's really, really good. So I would suggest, you know, one of the kind of overlooked items, or I don't know from your experience when you're building your websites or where you're talking to web developers, I think people put a lot of emphasis on how the website looks instead of really of the way the content they provide. And yes, professional looking website is very important. But I don't think the graphics, the overworked graphics, the flash, any of that, I don't think it works anymore. I think the most important is the message. And for the consumer and for Google, everybody is looking for a rich content, a content that actually has some meaning, a content that can offer something. So whether you're selling a book or you're offering some consulting services, you need to kind of word it, make it individual, make it your own, and put it on the website in a way where it's compelling, where it attracts people, where it's the message that you're giving has some value. And I'll tell you this, the value not exactly is just selling yourself, you know, putting that this is what I do. Sometimes the value would be, I'm looking through my notes here, I had a word for it. Sometimes the value would be just offering something unique, offering some sort of an information that is unique, that other people wouldn't know. Lots of people are setting up their website using blogs. So let's say if you do a blog, don't blog about your product. Don't blog really about, don't try selling yourself. But write a blog in a way where it's something, say some novelty about your product. Let's say I know Norma is here, and she makes these really gorgeous, what are those called? They Christmas stuffing socks. And you know, she's gonna make a blog, and she's gonna post pictures of those socks. But then instead of saying, hey, you know, these socks are for sale, why not say, hey, you know, this is how I started making it. I was sitting home, I was bored, didn't know, you know, what to do. I had this idea. And then I started coming up with all these different design patterns and stuff. So again, you know, you're creating some sort of a story without selling yourself, and you're making the product much more interesting. And the whole experience, it becomes much more compelling, and people are much more prone to share it. They're going to share it. And this is where we're going to come to the idea that what you have on your website, you want people to share. And that's the bottom line. The way search engines are looking at it, the more clicks you get, the more back links from outside you get, the more everybody is going to, the search engines are going to love you, and they're going to promote you. Meaning, again, the content of your website, if you write something that's interesting, that's different, that people find useful, they're going to share it. They're going to say, hey, check this out. This is really cool. And it's going to go viral. It's going to go on all the, you know, blogs and everywhere. And the more shares you get, the more, the better your site is going to start ranking with the Google search engines. Now, to see your rankings, Google have this tool called Page Ranking Tool, and I have it installed here in my Chrome browser. And my page ranks at 5, which I think for me is pretty good. Facebook and all of these, they're going to rank at 9, 10 because, you know, they get so much traffic. But so let's say Tanya, we just started Tanya. I don't know how to go to Tanya. I need to make this a little smaller. Maybe if I can just, sorry, trying to play. Oh. So if I go to Tanya, for example, her, oh, now I lost the page ranking. It's always something. No, it won't let me show it. Okay, well, hers is at 2, which means, you know, it's a new website. We just started doing it, and I can see she's getting the email subscriptions, and also what I was going to show you, I can see she's getting the searches. So I set up this statistics just to show you how you can monitor your website performance. Okay, once it's done, and also to kind of make the concept a little bit more understandable. So this is Tanya's statistics, and it's not Google right now. It's just a very simple program. And you can see she has barely any visits. She's got 30, 10, 10, 2. So that's not much of a traffic. But then if you scroll down, this is where the links are coming from. So Google has indexed her, and she's got some stuff coming from Google, and then other like Facebook, you know, self-promotion. But this is what's important. See, these are the keywords that are important. How to create a one-man show, one-woman show script. And because she's got all these words, all these keywords in her copy, that's what people are finding her. So once again, as I was stressing before, the importance of setting up the right copy, writing the right copy that's got the right keywords. So it's a difficult process because you really need to think of writing for the audience, however, you know, keeping the keywords in mind. And the more different phrases, the search engines don't really go by separate keywords anymore. They go more by like phrases. And the more phrases you can come up that are associated with your business, and the more you can place it in your website, the better it will be. Okay, another very important thing, and I'm going to switch to my website. This is super important, and not too many people know about it. Again, writing the content for the website, I would say it's really much more even important than the whole layout, the look, the pictures. Because look at this. Every page has page title. I don't know if you can see when I'm doing mouse over on my page title, I have this award-winning high-end graphic design, Los Angeles, blah, blah, blah. So I have keywords set in my page titles. Every page has got a different information. See, I don't know if I can move this. Best web design, best website services, and then again cities. If you scroll through my website, you will see that every page has got something else. High-end, you know, and this is also where the creativity comes in, where we need to figure it out. When you're working on a website, when you're building it, where you have the visuals, and then this text is not a text that you're putting into your front pages. This is a text that is placed in your page titles. This text is placed in the code. To show you something and to make it a little bit better or easier to understand, I had a Google page, but I lost it. So let me just do it this way. I'm going to go to Google search, and I'm going to do award-winning web designs. And look at me. I'm on the first page. And sometimes, maybe because I'm logged into Google, I don't know. But I do know I have really good rankings with Google. So you understand what I'm talking about. Let's go to my homepage. Where my title is award-winning high-end web and graphic design company. And when you go to Google, you'll see here. When you go to Google, you'll see my search, award-winning website design, and this is what it's pulling up. It's searching through my page titles. All my page titles are right here, and it found them. And then besides the page titles, we need to do the page description, which is another thing, which is also another thing that's not visible, but it's in the code. And you can see it right here. You have the title and then the description. And you put all of that in the code, and that's how the search engines, they're going to go through it, and they're going to find it. Okay? So the reason why we're doing this is because I want to show you that you can actually do this, have good results without paying money at first. Because you're putting a lot of money into building a website. You're going to hire somebody to help you with the text, to write the right copy, you know, a PR person or somebody. And so this is a big investment. So there's lots of little things you can do without paying the search engines for the pay-per-clicks and all of that. And I realized we spent half hour on talking about the website, so I think I kind of covered a little bit basic. There's a couple other things I want to talk about, so I think I would like to move on. And the next thing is I want to talk a little bit about social media. And again, you know, that's why we have all these share buttons. It's very important that every article you write, if you're doing WordPress, that's even better, everything is shareable. Because you want people to share, you want this to go out there. And very important right now would be the setting up a Facebook business page. And we all know it, right? But then people have the business page and they don't really know what to do with it. And I think the main idea is really we need to get the likes, because if we get the likes, we're getting the audience. If we get the audience, we have somebody to present it to. Let me go here to my business page. And it's not an easy process. And I am not saying that I am good at it, but I can tell you that it's something that I understand, you know, it needs to be done in order to really for the website to work. So this is loading really slow. But so we need to get the likes, and in order to get the likes, I believe writing again compelling stories on Facebook business pages, offering something where people like to share, you know, writing about your experiences, business experiences, instead of selling yourself, creating some sort of a contest. Like I just had a client, I noticed that he does leather accessories, and he wanted to get the likes, so he's actually driving people to it in a very smart way, because he said he's giving a giveaway. He's giving like a really nice wallet to somebody. If people come to his business page, click like, and then somehow go to his newsletter on his website and enter his email address. And this way, he gets the likes, and then he gets the email addresses, and he is generating all those potential clients or customers, where later on, when he has something to say or he's got some sort of a promotion, it would be very easy for him to share the information with. So when you have something really great to say, once in a while, it's okay to do the sales pitch. The way I discovered, I've been playing with sponsored ads on Facebook, and I must say, I think they actually work if you don't do them too often. Because when you have an important post, and let's say I have 966 likes, which is really low. But if you look at my stats, when I do something, when I post something, Facebook doesn't really let me into the feed. They don't really share my information. I'm posting it, and only 100 people saw it, even though I have 900 people here, right? Because they want to make money. They have to figure out a way how to profit from this whole business. So what they had come up with is those sponsored ads. So let's say if you create, like I did this new blog for the lady, and then I paid $10 to have it sponsored for like I think 3 days, and then I got 541 people saw it. And look, organic was 64, and the paid were 491. And what I noticed was kind of cool about it is that you can set up the options where your people that you like see it, and then the friends of people that you like see it. So that's what makes it really cool, because you're not only limited to the 900 people, but your friends can see your post, and you can actually get more likes, and you can actually get more. And I did. Every post I made, I got something out of it. So I would say, if you think about it, $10 for 3 days, and I have 900. They were estimating that my, I can reach between 1,000 to. There was something. Oh, here, like this one had 1,075 people saw this post. So if you think about it, that for $10 you can actually reach about 1,000 people. I think that's not bad. I think that's actually a really cool way of marketing. People like us, where we don't have to spend tons of money on marketing campaigns or anything like that, but we can actually put ourselves out there. So I really like that. So the idea is to get the likes. The more audience you get on your Facebook page, the better your chances of you being seen. Now, what's also very important. See, this one got 1,075 views because I got 3 shares, I got 14 comments, and I got 7 people who like that. Again, if you write something that people will really like, they're gonna share it, they're gonna like it, they're gonna comment, and that's what you want. The more involvement you get on your post, the better you're gonna rank with Google or Facebook. That's exactly what they're looking for. And you know why? It's because it tells them that you are offering a rich content. And that's how the game has changed on the internet. Everybody wants a rich content. There's just too much stuff out there that the irrelevant stuff won't work. That's why I say the writing is so important. You need to offer something that people will say, wow, this is actually worth my time. And then they're gonna share, and the same with Google. The more your stuff gets shared, the more visits you get, the more backlinks you have, the more Google is gonna be putting you up there, because they're gonna say, okay, well, this person gets so much attention, so we need to rank him higher. And that's how it changed, because before it was more like, it was about the volume, and it was maybe about some flashy images or something like that, and some keywords and some, people that could write a really good script, and then you're up there. But these days it's more about you, your brand, and having and making the package really interesting and compelling. So just a little bit of Facebook. I want to move on to blogging, which is super, super important as well. So, and everything can be done in stages, because I know that the whole process could be incredibly overwhelming. So let's say you build a website, which, like I said at the beginning, you have built a tool for yourself. And now think about it. You have the basics. How much you can do with it now? You can promote it on social media. You can write, blogs and share the links everywhere. You can, I don't know, do the LinkedIn or all kinds of other things. But you have something that you can actually work. So with that website, the way I kind of see it is the website is the destination point where you close the deal, my opinion, okay? Meaning, you have all these other places. You have Facebook, you have your blog, you have articles that you write, and they are, let's say, you posting them on LinkedIn. But everything, it's got some sort of information about you and your brand and your product, and then everything leads to the website, because everywhere you write, you putting a link to your website. Look at me right here. I made a posting on Facebook, and I have my link, meaning that this is a backlink. And if anybody clicks on this link and goes to my website, Google already considers this a backlink, and it's a plus for me. I'm bringing customers to my website from outside sources, okay? So now, the more those outside sources and the more places you put in your link, the better, right? And the more clicks going from outside sources to your website, the better. So that's why I'm saying I consider the website as the destination place where you are closing the deal. Everywhere else you talk about you talk about your product, and then you're putting it in a way where where you're making them click on that link, so they come there and they say, okay, she is the person I want to hire, or she is the person I want to buy from, or she is the person, whatever. That's kind of how I see it. So speaking about this, now we're moving on to blogs. So blogs, why are blogs so important? Because blogs are little articles you write, and you submit them to all kinds of different places. Okay, so you write a blog, and the blog is your URL. And now the way they allow you now create even like your own custom URL, and the URL which is this part right here. So hold on, let me go here to my website. Let's say I'm going to go to portfolio, or social media, maybe better. See, this is the blogs let you now create your own URL, which means instead of having just some scrambled numbers or whatever, you can put the keywords. So when you write your blog about, I don't know, if you write about nutrition, let's say you're a nutritionist, and you write about some healthy living, and you write a blog about some special thing you discovered, a special shake or something like that, you put here, healthy shake for breakfast, with those healthy dash shake dash breakfast. All of that is being scrolled. So now you're creating all these little articles, and you're customizing your little URLs, and then you take that and you post this everywhere. Or there are special feeds that are that just feed all over. And this way you propagate your information to all these different places. And you propagate your information with the backlinks to, again, your website. And that's why blogs are so important. And I'm just going to leave it at this, because I know I always have a lot to say, and I want to cover a couple more important things, which I know lots of people struggle with LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is absolutely fantastic. It's a platform that it's whether you have a question, or whether whether you want to put yourself out there, it's great. So really quickly, let's cover LinkedIn. And as an example, I pulled out something here, which is I belong to lots of groups. Let's see if I click here. Very important to belong to groups. And these are my industry groups. Okay, the ones that I like, and industry, not industry, whatever. Whatever suits you. So here we have the groups, right? And now, with these groups, every time you have a question, or every time you want to say something, or every time you want to share something, you post with these groups. So here I have this SEO, SEM, social media. And as I'm working on this presentation, I know my stuff, and it's in the document that I posted on WebEx. But then I'm thinking, let's ask other people what else do they have to say. So I said, after building a website to improve SEO, what else besides creating a sitemap, Google Analytics, Webmaster Tools, You know, what else? And of course, and everybody's participating, and you'll find the same answers in the worksheet I gave you, which is the way to name your images. Instead of spaces, use dashes. Use title tags for all the images. You know, name them with keywords as well. Write a blog every day. Use same keywords in your title, the first paragraph and the last paragraph of your blog. See, everything what we covered, the page titles and stuff. Make your keywords bold. Establish quality backlinks. I just talked about it. And there's like, you know, there's tons of other stuff that people talk about. And if you think about it, this is all free knowledge. And if you do the website the right way, if you implement all these elements, it has to work, you know. So you don't have to spend money on Google, on paid advertisement. This is a little investment, but eventually, and more of your investment, more of your time investment, and it will work. Another thing here is build a Facebook page, Twitter profile. Very important, Twitter profile. Tweet your website address. It will get you links listed with Google. YouTube channel, super important, because YouTube is a part of Google. Google bought YouTube. So they redesigned it, regrouped YouTube, and now every time you place a video, you have a chance to optimize it. You can put your page title, you can put your page descriptions, you can put all kinds of information. Again, when somebody is searching for you and they find your profile on LinkedIn, they find your profile on Facebook page, they find your YouTube channel, they find your Facebook page, think about how much greater your exposure just became, plus Google+. Right away, your information can be pulled from 5 different sources instead of just one. And if you can be found using 5 different sources, again, Google likes that, and they gonna, because the possibility of your clicks gonna get much higher, which meaning everything is gonna get much higher. Okay, so this is quickly about, like I said, about LinkedIn. Groups are fantastic, and you know, find your groups, sign up, and then make yourself visible. You know, speak up, write, ask questions, because when you start being a part of them, then people will be like, oh, you know, they'll notice you. Now suddenly, you know, you expose yourself again to tons of people. And I have a lot of web group because I use them as, you know, exchanging information and stuff like that. But the good idea is to find groups that actually can benefit your service, okay? So sign up, not with groups that compete with your business, but the groups that can take your business. And then start posting. And then don't sell, you can't sell yourself, but write interesting stuff that will make you visible, that will make you noticed. And that's also where the blogging comes in. Because think about that. You write a blog. You spend a couple hours, you know, putting something nice. It's got some rich content. It's interesting, and you're done with it. You post it on your WordPress page. And then that blog can be turned into little articles. And that article can be posted on LinkedIn. You can take that article and go to your groups and post it and share it with other people. With one little blog, you can generate so much buzz because you're gonna post it on LinkedIn. You're gonna post on your Facebook page. You're gonna I don't know. I mean, you're gonna send it to RSS feeds. There's tons of places. And then because you are collecting all these email addresses, right away you're gonna send it back through your email to everybody, you know, as a newsletter. And with one click, with one sit down, with one blog, you can reach so many people. But again, I gotta stress, and I know I have Tara here who is working with me on several projects. Tara is a publicist, excellent. You need somebody like Tara to help you write rich content. Because, you know, it's like you can't really design a great website on your own, because website is not your business. It's just you have to have these support people that are going to help you with those elements. Otherwise it's going to be struggle, and you're going to get frustrated, and it's really not going to get you the results you want. And the bottom line is just get good results. So I can see we have 10 minutes left here, and I want to leave some time also for questions. But really quickly, I want to skip through few links to show you some visuals. My hero right now is this lady, Marie Forleo, and if you go to this link, and feel free, I can send it out later on. This woman is absolutely unbelievable when it comes to website online marketing. And she will tell you exactly what I just told you, that you can do it yourself. You can do all that marketing yourself. And she's got some free videos, and I too, actually. And I think it's a great, you know, it's really a well-invest couple hours of your time to just listen to her. Another thing that I want to say is here is nutritionist. I just came through her site because I'm doing my own blog as well. And I want to point out a few elements here. The way she has her website done, look at that, the heading, it's very prominent. It's right there. It's in your face and her picture. And then right after, she's got the call to action. And that's what's so important. She asks you, you know, she wants your email address. And it's not hidden. It's right there. It's right in front of your face. And then if you actually, excuse me, and then if you come across a website like that, and she's got all these, you know, she is a very friendly-looking person, and she's got, you know, the call to action, which urges you to do something, to take an action, to do something. And then she actually writes something that you say, wow, you know, this is really interesting and may help me. You would go for it, right? So that's another thing. I want to, you know, when you're designing websites, when you're working on them, keep that in mind, to have the right elements in the right spots. And then, of course, she doesn't have it, but she should have here all the social media buttons. Okay. So now you've done your website. And now you have all these elements, and you're ready to, you know, you're serious about it. You wanna start promoting yourself. Check this out. Google. Submit your content. Website owner, business owner, publishing and media, public agency. They make it available for you now, okay? So if you are a business owner, you do participate, and you can add the URL. Everybody needs to have webmaster tools, and this is something that I think a web designer needs to help with. Webmaster tools, where you create your sitemap, it's submitted to Google, and Google gonna scroll through it, you know, and all of that. But then again, what did I say? YouTube. See, you gotta do that. Video search and YouTube helps tremendously. But then also what's really cool is they helping you now with the local content. So if you are a local business, you can just, you know, submit your, set up your local profile. I don't know what's happened here, but you can submit your profile, and they will eventually index it, and you're gonna be able to, you know, you're gonna get your, again, you're adding one more avenue to yourself. Yelp. Google also really like Yelp, so if you can list your business on Yelp, that helps a lot. And I think I've said pretty much all I wanted to say for today. So I don't know if you guys have any questions or what, but I'd be happy to answer them.
Hi, Kinga. It's Meryl calling.
Hi.
How are you? Nice to meet you. Yes, on the last topic, the Google submit your content, we just go to Google and we just put in submit your content, and this information will come up.
No, you need to go to this link, submit your content, and I'll be happy to send everybody, you know, some links from here. But there is a link. It's google.com, submit your content.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm. And this will guide us through the steps of what we should be doing to optimize Google for us.
Yes. Well, this is not really to optimize. This is only to submit your website, you know, to add your URL, and then they will help you submit this sitemap of your Google website to Google. But you also need to generate a sitemap first. So this is more like just to help you with the final steps. You know, and then the local content. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that helps with the SEO. This is more, you know, to the final step to kind of let Google know. It's more like waving your hand and say, hello, Google, I'm right here.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Okay?
Thanks.
Anyone else have some questions?
No. Going back on my notes.
Well, this is actually being recorded. So I'll give you all a link to it, and you can. But I was, well, maybe if I may ask, do you think that this information that I just provided was helpful?
Yes.
Me,
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I wasn't too chaotic and like too all over the place, because I know that this is a very broad subject, and I don't want to overwhelm anybody. You know, that's why I always kind of feel like it could be, you know, it needs to be, also when you think about all of that, think of doing this in phases, you know.
Right.
Oh, when you do the rich, business to rich, you know, when you go to Mari, when you do this video, which is honestly fantastic, and I take like half hour, she actually has some sort of like a worksheet for you that you can print out and listen to it. But honestly, I cannot stress more. I came across it. I love her. You know, I think she's great, and I just love women that are so strong and they can market themselves, because I believe we can all do this. You know, we really can do that because these days we can do it better than any other time. And with the exposure we get, with the internet, and, you know, when you think global, I always think global. I mean, it's just like, it's endless, right? So why not take an opportunity of it and just go for it? And whatever it is that you have out there, put it out there, make it visible.
Yeah.
Make a profit out of it. So like I said, I can't stress more how, and you know what, when you actually hear, let me show you something. This is a great, think about it this way. This woman's got millions of dollars behind her in marketing, because she's at the point now that she can afford, and everybody, you know, she's got a huge team. So why not looking at the way she does things, and without spending those dollars, and kind of learn from it. So I want to show you something, what she did. Let me just put my name and my email address, and I hope it will give me the access to the next page, because I want to show you how she designed her page. Okay, sorry, it's a little slow. I will go there eventually. Maybe I have too many windows open. I'll just close a few. Huh. Well, anyways, what she has, if we won't go there, what she has underneath is, she spelled it out. She's got this video going here, and then underneath, when you watch this, underneath you'll see, you can try it on your computer. It's rhhbschool.com. She put down, we would like your likes, spelled out, and that's what I was talking before too. She isn't shy about it. And that's, again, she is right there in your face, and she says, I want your likes. And then when you go through that video, you'll see that she says, I want you to share this content. I want you to tell other people about it. You know, I believe there's an abundance of wealth, and there's enough for everybody. Share this with other people. And that's exactly how I feel. So having said that, I also would like you guys, if you feel like, you know, what I have just said is it's got some value, and if you think that was helpful, if you wouldn't mind sharing about me with your friends and letting them know, you know, that I might have something to say. Oh, here we are. That, you know, it might help with their business or establishing, or even before they spend the money, to help them figure out how to spend the money. You know, I would really appreciate if you guys would share it.
Absolutely.
So take a look at that. Oh. See, so she's got the video here.
Yeah.
Can she be any more pronounced? Hit the like button to get notified via Facebook when I post more videos. Hit the like. She wants the likes. Because with the 50,000 likes, she's creating an insane audience for herself. And she is talking about it in that video. And she will tell you exactly what I just